ask you all to stand as members of the Schola Cantorum sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Graduates, parents, and friends of graduates, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2016 commencement ceremony for our Bumpers College graduates. I'm Mike Veda, and I have the distinct honor and privilege as serving as Dean of the Bumpers College, leading the faculty in the education of these fine young people in front of you today. Please join me in recognizing our special guests who will stand when I introduce them. Please hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. First, Major General William Bowden, retired from the U.S. Air Force and the 2016 Bumpers College Outstanding Alumnus. General Bowden will provide our commencement address this afternoon. Dr. Lona Robertson, Associate Dean of the Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. Ms. Carrie Bowling, a litigation and regulatory attorney for Tyson Foods Incorporated. Ms. Bowling is the recipient of the Young Alumni Award presented by the Bumpers College Alumni Society Board. Dr. Dan Rainey, Associate Professor in the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness and Chair of the Bumpers College Faculty Council. Please join me in recognizing our stage party. Commencement is that most special of very special days in the life of a university community. It is a day of bittersweet celebration. We, the faculty, are happy for our students' accomplishments and completion of the journey that they have had with us. We have pride in our own efforts in educating the next generation of students who will be the leaders advancing food, family, and the environment for the social and economic well-being of Arkansas, the nation, and the world. We are sad as these friends who we have come to know closely, the members of our university family, embark upon their separate paths. It is this mix of contrasts that hit us at graduation: fulfillment and initiation, memories and aspirations, confidence and anxiety, courage and reservation. Today's ceremony is an end, but all endings are also beginnings, and it is for this reason that the graduation ceremony is called commencement. It is the day that we pronounce our students ready ready to embark upon their careers and to make a difference in the world. Students, you are ready, and we now ask you to commit. Commit to making a difference. Commit to making the world better than you found it. In whatever role that you find yourself, as a professional, a parent, a friend, an employee, you can make a difference. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion. Like how a single word, you don't want me to sing, right? Like how a single word can make a heart open. You might only have one match, but believe me, you can make an explosion. You can change the world. Each individual plays their role. Now, if you thought that was funny, naysayers will tell you, why stick your neck out? Jon Snow stuck to his convictions, and look what happened to him when he tried to do the right thing for people. Well, spoiler alert, as you know, Jon Snow is back. You can't keep a good person down. You can't keep good intentions and good actions down forever, okay? Oppression will yield. Examine your life story, all the disappointments and challenges, anxieties and failures and bad cards that you've been dealt in your life. Carve those into a positive narrative, a narrative that will drive you, will help you to find who you are and what you want to accomplish. Use that narrative to drive you to make a difference. Even if winter is coming and the night is dark and full of terrors, no matter what disappointments and put-downs you suffer, remember what drives you. That will be your North Star. Remember your fight song. Take back your life song. Proving you right song. Don't care if anyone else doesn't believe. You'll always have a lot of fight left in you to make that difference. Do great things with the education you've received here at the University of Arkansas and the great gift of caring mentorship that you've received from these fine faculty here that comprise our college. With that gift comes great expectations. We expect you to make a difference in the future. You need to grasp what the future is and visualize it. Make it happen. If you don't make the future, someone else will. And you'll be disappointed and you'll resent that. So stand up for what you believe in. A quote from one of my most favorite movies is, "Stand up for those who are weaker than you, even if it puts you in harm's way. And if you are conflicted of what to do, protect the people. For what is a man if he does not make the world better?" So if you observe injustice inflicted on you or somebody else, it's your responsibility as beneficiaries of the education that we've provided for you and stewards of the future to do something about it. Just because it is the way that it is doesn't mean that it is the way that it has to be or should be. Things will never change just because you want them to or just because you complain about it. You need to stand up and be part of the solution. We've taught you about teamwork. We've taught you about collaboration, cooperation. We've taught you that it's all about the relationships that you forge. Keep your relationships, nurture them, grow them. Find ways to make common ground and collaborate with everybody, even those who oppose you. It seems that in life today, so much is about this side winning and that side losing. It shouldn't be. It's about making the world better for everyone, representing the group as a whole. Work to be part of that future. I hope you exercise the power in your hands to make the world better for all of us. You're going to be taking care of me now in my generation, so I want you to do a good job. Students, now, after we, the faculty, have nurtured you as members of the Bumpers College and University of Arkansas family, we proudly send you out to begin your professional lives. Razorbacks of 2016, know that we are proud of you and what you have accomplished. We have confidence that you will do great things and make a difference in the world. I personally am very fortunate to have benefited from the 6 years of experiences here at the University of Arkansas, from a myriad of relationships that have been forged here. I'm grateful to the Bumpers College faculty, my colleagues across campus, our caring staff members, and especially to you, the students, who have touched my life and made such a tremendous impact on my life. You will be dear in my heart always. Now, I'd like to present you with Miss Lauren Presley Ewan, who is to speak on behalf of the graduating class of 2016. Lauren, may I ask you to please come forward to the podium. Years from now, you students will understand that the most valuable aspects of your university experience were the lifelong relationships that you, as students, established with one another here. We have two first-ranked senior scholars in the college this year, Lauren Presley Ewan and Anna Dudley. Both Lauren and Anna achieved a perfect 4.0 grade point average while earning all of their credits here at the University of Arkansas campus. What an accomplishment. Lauren, may I now ask you to speak on behalf of your colleagues?
Thank you. Good afternoon, family and friends. Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate this exciting milestone. For some of us, including myself, there was a day when we were not so sure that we were actually going to complete our degree, but I'm so happy to be here with all of you today, and I'm so proud of each one of you. I'm proud of you because college is hard. There are hundreds of different hurdles we've had to face. We've dealt with academic stress, trying to study using acronyms, songs, maybe even dances. We've had financial struggles, figuring out how to pay for classes, books, and rent, and still have money to eat at Chick-fil-A. And we've fought through personal battles, discovering who we are, what our place is in the world, and what we believe. Maybe you find yourself here today and you're still in the midst of some of these battles. Maybe you don't quite know who you are yet, and maybe you're not sure what your next step is. Maybe you still don't have enough money to pay for a #1 combo at Chick-fil-A, although someone in this audience should buy it for you today because you earned it. But anyway, it's okay if you don't have everything figured out right now. But I want to leave you with a word of encouragement and a challenge. I want you to know that your life matters, that you matter. And as the Bumpers College tagline says, your career matters. Whether you go on to work at Tyson, at a hospital, or at Starbucks, that matters. You have influence wherever you go, and you have the potential to change the world around you. And so I challenge you to live like what you do matters. And I challenge you to treat others like they matter too. Let's go out from here and be the kind of people that lead by serving. The kind of people who aren't afraid to do the grunt work, who don't look for recognition and praise, but who work with humility and genuine hearts, who treat fast food workers with the same kind of respect that we would give a president. Let's be the kind of people that respond to hatred with patience and love, who put others before ourselves and care for the weak and marginalized. Let's give without expectation of return and support a culture of selflessness and understanding. We may not all end up in history books, but each of us can make a difference in our place of work, in our communities, in our own homes. So that's my challenge to you as we move out of here, and I look forward to seeing how all of you impact the world around you. So to close, I'd like to say thank you to some very important people. First of all, thank you to my classmates. We studied together, we laughed together, we encouraged and prayed for each other through each year of college. Some of us were roommates and dorm room neighbors. We were cheerleaders for each other, and we strengthened one another when our burdens were heavy. We rushed each other to finals when we realized we were an hour late for the test, but maybe that was just me. We made a lot of memories here, and those are really precious to me. So thank you for making this time a lot of fun. You guys are great. I'd also like to thank the faculty and staff here at the University of Arkansas. Thank you to the men and women who cleaned the dorm room showers every day, because everyone knows that is not a fun job. To the RAs who helped us navigate our first year away from home. To our advisors who helped us change our major 3 or 4 or maybe 5 times. To everyone behind the scenes in the offices, putting together events and making sure the university runs smoothly. And thank you to our amazing professors who poured out countless hours and endless energy, teaching us and preparing us for what lies ahead. Thank you for mentoring us, for supporting us, and for letting us ask you for 1 million letters of recommendation. Sorry, Mrs. Bailey. I'd also like to give a special thank you to Dean Beta, who has served the Bumpers College so well over the past 6 years. You've left a lasting impact on this campus, and I wish you the absolute best luck in Massachusetts. And last but not least, I want to thank our families. Some of you are far away during this time, but your love and support were with us. Personally, I'd like to thank my parents, my sisters, and the rest of my family, as well as the mentors I've had here, the friends I've made, and my husband that I met here. You guys are awesome, and that's all I can say without crying. So, Bumpers College class of 2016, congratulations! You guys are amazing, and I'm really honored to stand beside you today. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Now I am pleased to present Major General William Bowden as our 2016 Outstanding Alumnus for the Dale Bumpers College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences. General Bowden graduated in 1954 from what is now the Dale Bumpers College with a Bachelor of Science in Agriculture. He then entered into the U.S. Air Force for a 35-year illustrious career serving this nation. He served as a navigator and a bombardier on B-52 aircraft during the Vietnam War. He has led operations at 12 Air Force bases across this country, and he had a stint at the Pentagon. In 1954, he graduated from this fine institution, coming from the small town of Swifton, Arkansas, starting at shortstop for the Razorback baseball team. Please welcome our 2016 Outstanding Alumnus, Major General William Bowden.
Thank you very much, Dean, for that great introduction. I wish my mother, Selma Bowden, my father, Paul Bowden, and my wife, Isabel Bowden, were here today. They would be smiling if they heard that. Thank you very much. And I know, graduates, how excited you are today. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I was embarking on a brand new career. So good luck to all of you. Well, I come from a typical farm family in a small town. My dad was a cotton farmer. My mother was a school teacher, second grade school teacher. She was a farm wife as well as being our mother. She washed clothes by boiling them in a kettle outside and washed the clothes with a rub board. We hung them on the line. Well, in 1932, I was born on this cotton farm. I was delivered at home by Dr. Justice. We farmed with mules. There were no tractors. It was the Depression area, 1930s. I did every job on the farm. There were always chores to be done. It did me good. My father and my grandfather were great leaders on their farm, and they took care of all the workers there. They brought the doctors when they needed them. They shared the food at calf and hog killing time, and they made firewood together. It was a great experience for me to see. In high school in Swifton, I had the very best teachers. I had a lot of math, I had a lot of science, I had literature and lots of writing and spelling. Did they do a great job? I really appreciated them. Education is a high priority in our family. My mother and my father told me I was going to the University of Arkansas when I was very young, and my sister and I both got an opportunity to go to college. Let me tell you just a word about Swifton, Arkansas, and what I saw when I was 14 years old. The World War II veterans came back. Hoyt Wilmoth was Private Hoyt Wilmoth in the Army. He had part of a foot missing from the war, and he became our postmaster. And he was always greeting us at the post office each time. Ira Farrell came back, and he was a successful farmer. He was our school board chair. W.O. Hewlett became our county judge. His legs were shot up in a B-17. He was a tail gunner, but he carried on, and he did a great job in the county. They were wonderful examples of leaders for me. In Swifton schools, there were 18 in my class. We were very close, typical kids. We listened to our parents. We listened to our teachers. We did our homework. We ate in the lunchroom. We played sports, took piano lessons, and we sang in the choir and so forth. We supported each other, all 18 of us. We worked on the farms, plowing, chopping cotton, picking cotton, gathering the corn, pitching hay. We did it all. And what was great was our town of 873, they supported us in everything, and they came to our churches and they came to our school activities. One thing about it, I saw the operations of the Extension Service of the University of Arkansas very early. My dad would get with the county agent, and he would learn about crop rotations, about boll weevil exterminations, and so forth. And my mother would be with the home demonstration agent learning how to can fruits, vegetables, and meats. It was a wonderful experience, but it was essential for our survival on the farm. And then in 1950, I was off to the University of Arkansas, and I had a question: could I succeed? How would I compete with the students around the state? And I enrolled in the old basketball gym was where we registered for all of our classes, and at the end of the registration line, there were three military officers sitting there, and one held up a cigar box and asked me to take a poker chip out of it. I could have picked a green one for the Army ROTC, a yellow one for the Army Signal Corps, or a blue one for the Air Force. Thus, that set my career, and today no one believes that story. My dean, Dean Hudson, Dean Veda's predecessor, invited me into his office the first week of school. And he said he simply wanted to get to know me, and he said his door was always open. He sat right there, and you could see him as you went down the hall. And he said, come in and talk to me about anything you wish. I never forgot that lesson that he had. Dr. Ray was my animal husbandry professor. And one day he came in and gave us a pop quiz. He read the first question, and one of my classmates of 12 held a hand up and said, would you repeat that question? And he just was very stern, looked at me, and he said, the second question is. Boy, did we learn how to listen in class. Dr. Wertheim, My organic chemistry professor was a tough one. He wrote the book himself, and he said if any of us could find an error in, we could get a chocolate bar from him, and I passed the course. Today, my name on Senior Walk is in front of the chemistry building. I passed organic chemistry. Well, it was a great time, and I had wonderful professors here at the University of Arkansas, and they gave me many lessons for life. I had a baseball coach named Bill Farrell, and he was really a great man. He simply expected the best for us. He said, play as hard as you can, hit the ball, take a good swing, catch everything that comes in your way. He was a hard-driving man, and he was very short on compliments, but I learned so much from him. I had great classmates. For the first 2 years, Don Tyson and I were in class together. Later on, Senator David Pryor and I were classmates. And H.L. Embry, the president and owner of Arkansas Best Freight, were my classmates. I learned so much from all of them. They were very helpful. In my first job in the Air Force, I was a bombardier on a B-36 bomber that had 20 people on it. And I was put on a crew that was the last ranking crew in the squadron, ragtag militia. And my aircraft commander, Joe Cresto, a World War II veteran, started teaching us, and we moved, in 1 year, we moved up to the top of the rank, and we became instructors and evaluators of the other crews and got sent to a brand new airplane, the B-52. Some of those things that I learned helped in all of that study that we did to do good bombing and good navigation. So what did all that bring me in life? What was that worth in my career? Well, because of all of that, I got a lot of wonderful command opportunities in the Air Force at a lot of levels. As a matter of fact, my last command position, there were 27,000 people at our base, and it was a great job. And I got to serve at 12 different bases, and 4 of those bases called me back for the second time, and I felt that was an honor that they wanted me to come back. And one of those was at the Pentagon 6 years after my first tour, coming back from the Vietnam War. And because of my position, I got to meet a lot of great people. I talked to the President of the United States twice, one-on-one, and I testified before Congress, before some senators, several times in both of my tours. One of them was Senator Goldwater. And another senator that you've heard about, Senator Fulbright, was a regular at our chapter Razorback meetings there in Washington, and I always enjoyed talking to Senator Fulbright, a great supporter of education. And of course, I got to travel to all continents worldwide and had a lot of nice dinners with ambassadors and so forth, not because they knew my name was Bowden. They just knew I had a position, and that's why they allowed me to be with them. So it was great. I have 10 things that I practiced in my career, and I'll close with those. Number 1, show up. Number 2, keep a calm head. Be ready. Believe in yourself. Be well trained. Number 4, learn your mission and learn how to take care of finances. Never spend more than you take in. Number 5, select the very best people to work for you and take care of them. And my wife used to go around the squadron. She knew everybody's name. She knew the names of the children. It was a wonderful support operation that she and I ran. And number 6, recognize your employees and reward them. Thank them, cheer them on. Mr. Sam Walton did that to all of the employees in Walmart. He used to fly around and he would cheer for the employees and give them awards. And then number 7, train your replacement. All of the employees will respect you for doing that. And number 8 is a very important thing to me, is know the answer when the boss calls. And number 9, take time for your family. Go to Little League games, go to the choir rehearsals, go to the recitals. And finally, number 10, exercise. Take care of yourself. Do everything in moderation. But I've enjoyed being with you so much today, and I thank you for this honor, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you, General Bowden. You know, we have commencement speakers, and in particular, the Bumpers College, we have outstanding alumni as our commencement speakers because we want to have role models for you to emulate. Now, some of you may go into higher education, some into nonprofits or government service. Most of you will work in the private sector for corporations or small businesses, and some of you may go into military service. General Bowden, thank you very much for the service to this country. We appreciate you greatly. Thank you. Well, now, parents and family, this is the moment that you have waited for, the symbolic presentation of the diploma. We want the graduates, parents, relatives, and friends all to enjoy the ceremony and cherish this moment with the academic demeanor fitting for this occasion. So to make this moment special for all the graduates and their families, we ask that you remain here in the auditorium until all the graduates have crossed the stage and received their diploma covers. Now, graduates, please note that you will receive your actual diploma in a few weeks by mail, so don't be surprised when you open the diploma cover. You'll receive your actual diploma in mail after we have certified that you have completed all of your degree requirements necessary for graduation. May I ask Dr. George Wardlow and Dr. Jenny Popp to please come forward. You will be presenting our graduates. You're there already. Great. Wonderful, George. Dr. Wardlow is the department head for the Department of Agricultural Education and Communications Technologies. And Dr. Jenny Popp, who is a professor in agricultural education and agribusiness, I'm pleased to congratulate you on your recent appointment to be Associate Dean of our Honors College. Dr. Wardlow, may I ask you to please present the graduates?
Representing the Bumpers College Honors Program is Dr. Leslie Edgar. The Honors Program graduates are escorted by their honors mentors. Lauren Presley Nguyen is a first-ranked senior scholar graduating summa cum laude with honors distinction. She is accompanied by Ms. Michelle Bailey. Anna Elizabeth Dudley is a first-ranked senior scholar graduating with highest distinction. Morgan Calvert is a senior scholar graduating with highest distinction. Erica Hawkins is a senior scholar graduating with highest distinction. Paige Morgan Ackley, graduating cum laude with honors distinction, and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Jenny Popp. Lauren Ashley Cambias, graduating summa cum laude with honors distinction, and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Jamie Baum. Justin Carroll, graduating magna cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by his mentor, Dr. Don Johnson. Jesselyn Graham Cohn, graduating magna cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Thad Scott. Jennifer Elise Long, graduating cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Ken Coffey. Hannah Ruth Newberry, graduating summa cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Rick Rory. Mitchell L. Pruitt, graduating cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by his mentor, Dr. Kim Smith. Please join me in congratulating the Bumpers College Honors Program distinguished graduates. Brittany Rochelle Weir is graduating cum laude with honors distinction and is accompanied by her mentor, Dr. Tom Yazwinski. Now joining us on stage is Dr. Steve Halbrook, escorting students from the Department of Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness. Now presenting the students majoring in agricultural business.
Grant Caraway Bonner. Hunter Dwayne Bowman. Taylor Michelle Breedley. Jordan Jane Bryan. Caleb Robert Bullock. Emily Marie Burns. William Hunter Ray Campbell. Chelsea Carrington. Colton Joe Cartmel. Elise N. Clote. Joshua Lynn Dellinger. Madison Elizabeth Durden. Andreas Disqua. William Durham. Lee Fox. Joanna Fury. Austin Brett Glendenning. Spencer Dean Gunnell. Travis Drew Harriman. Emily Faye Hazenauer. Tony Yankowski. Matthew Doss Jumper. Logan King. Benny James Kirk. Caroline Lee Kirkpatrick. Joseph Duncan Kaiser. Daniel Garrett Lyle. Meredith Kate Mason. Hayden Lee McCracken. James Lucas McGee. Kirsten Elizabeth McKinney. Jacob McLemore. Avery D. Miller. Morgan Bailey Moon. Sarah Marie Penn. Danielle Suzanne Pianalto. Emily Piazza. Connor Thomas Pitts. Jack Austin Powell, graduating with distinction. Logan Scott Ray. Jessica Lynn Shaud. Scott David Scruggs. Nathan Lane Smith. Hunter Todd Stevens. John Barrett Whiting. Now joining us on stage is Dr. George Wardlow, escorting the students from the Department of Agricultural Education, Communications, and Technology. Megan Rachelle Anderson. Thank you. Todd Broyles. Todd is also graduating with the second major in agricultural business. Casey Jean Burchett. Brittany Taylor Coffey. Dalton Jesse Kurtzinger. William Joseph Eddy II. Kaylee Ann Hagelberger. Alicia Lynn Hayden. Haley Michelle Hensley. Haley is also graduating with the second major in agricultural business. Patterson Perez Hilaire. Chelsea Moselle Howard. Lassay Morgan Howard. Taking too long? Morgan Lynn Marley. Kelsey Matthews. Morgan Elizabeth McKay. Carly Brianne Pruitt. Skylar Rizzo. Hunter Rogers. Denton E. Schwartz. Scott Thomas Shannon. Easton C. Sherry. Now joining us on stage is Dr. Michael Looper, escorting students from the Department of Animal Science. Now presenting the students majoring in animal science. Taylor Block. Jamie Bowman. Kira Ashton Campbell. Jessica Whitney Clement. Hannah Klein. Alisa Cook. Kinsley Copeland. Mackenzie Ray Curtis. Caitlin Renee Ford. Michael Blaine French. Raymond Julian Gates. Sarah Rebecca Guillen, graduating with high distinction. Kevin Hampton, graduating with distinction. Linz Taylor McGee Campbell, graduating with high distinction. Courtney Pham. Elizabeth Dawn Ramos. Heather Rayborn. Elizabeth Jane Seal, graduating with distinction. J.C. Sweeney, graduating with high distinction. Alexander Lee Thomas. Savannah K. Tucker. Jessica Walthall. Brianna Chanel Williams.
Now joining us on stage is Dr. Robert Bacon, escorting students from the Department of Crop, Soil, and Environmental Sciences. Now presenting the students majoring in crop science. Christopher M. Adams. Christian Allen Bloodworth. James Joseph Dupre. Asley Elizabeth Good. Haley Aaron Higgins. Taylor Lewis Ibbotson. Matthew Houston Moore. Quentin James Nichols. Elliot Pruitt. Julia Elizabeth Schell. Tim M. Yeldell. Now presenting Crop, Soil, and Environmental Sciences, students majoring in Environmental, Soil, and Water Science. Liston Robert Barber. Kenneth James Batchelor. Stephen Robert Benson. William Lane Bolane. Sarah Elizabeth Gentry. Maxwell Alon Hollingshead. Scott Martin Luneau. Maria Jean McKee. Dylan Stewart Milholland. Timothy Josiah Moore. Susanna Lee Powell. Tyler J. Ramsey. Kaylee Rice, graduating with distinction. John Ramsey Lane Runyon, graduating with distinction. Lynette Dave Smith. Ethan Dwayne Workman. Now joining us on stage is Dr. Jean-Francois Moulinet, escorting students from the Department of Food Science. Now presenting the students majoring in food science. Emily Rose Adam. Matthew James Chepko. Shay Ivory Dorman. Laura Emily Findall. Haley Elizabeth Richardson. Aaron Robert Kelker. Shelby LeMay Lehman. Andrew Blake Manley. Molly Ann McCaskey. Caitlin Danielle Metters. Gabriela A. Montenegro. Daniel Allen Norton. Rebecca Reese. Janae Suzanne Schaffner.
Now joining us on stage is Dr. Wayne McKay, escorting students from the Department of Horticulture. Now presenting the students majoring in horticulture, landscape, and turf sciences. Cecil Everett Lee Barton. Kent Allen Fisher. Matthew Joseph Gall. Makina Jorgensen. Emily Kroll. Jack E. McCoy. Megan Elizabeth McMahon. Leslie Marie Smith, graduating with distinction. Now presenting the students majoring in poultry science. Oh, Michael Kidd. Is he up there? Now joining us on stage is Dr. Michael Kidd. He will be escorting those students from the Department of Poultry Science. Joseph Carl Fernandez. Blaine Ivy Graves. Blaine is also graduating with a second major in animal science. Joseph Z. Hiltz, graduating with distinction. William Landon Jackson, graduating with high distinction. Craig William Maynard, graduating with distinction. Ann Catherine McAllister, graduating with highest distinction. Brandon Michael Savoy.
Now joining us on stage is Dr. Betsy Garrison, escorting students from the School of Human Environmental Sciences. Now presenting the students majoring in apparel merchandising and product development. Latika Marie Alexander. Elliot Rose Amick. Carly Baker. Emily Becker, graduating with high distinction. Brianna Bell. Celie Page Bishop. Isabel Gianna Campbell, graduating with distinction. Lauren Ruth Case. Stephanie Ann Clark. Chelsea Jordan Kaufman. Lauren Colleen Cole. Charnel Latrice Coleman. Caroline Grace Corbin. Brooke Forrester Davis. McKenna Davis, Taylor Colby Dixon, Denise Evangelia Drosopoulos, Meredith Elise Freer, graduating with distinction. Emma Caroline Gibson, Kira Glover, Francisco Aviar Gomez, Mackenzie Ann Gordon, graduating with distinction. Alyssa Brooke Graves, Abby Drew Hagan, Najida Hardiman, Alexis Michelle Hervey, Hera Alexander Hester, Madeline May House, Shelby Elaine Knutson, graduating with distinction. Alicia N. Corson Lee, Julie Lee, Amanda Joe Martin, graduating with distinction. Tara Lee McBarnett, Aaron Taylor Merritt, graduating with high distinction. Caitlin Marie Mitchell, graduating with high distinction. Lauren Emily O'Neill, Amanda Hagwood Paget, Ariana Marie Pasco, Amy Marie Patrick, Shelby K. Quinn, Lainey Reen, Addison Carolyn Roberts, Shannon Malia Smith, Caitlin Suzanne Steller, Sarah Riley Van, Judith Ann Weech, Cameron D. Williams, Deidre Nicole Williams, Flannery Lyle Wilson, now presenting students in Human and Environmental Sciences who are majoring in Human Development and Family Sciences. Kristen Ashley Accord, Carly Michelle Barnes, graduating with distinction. Bailey Nicole Barnett, Morgan L. Bailey, Bria Janae Bonnet, Nicole Bro, graduating with highest distinction. Alexandra Nicole Coleman, Courtney Lee Galloway, Alexis Nicole Gamache, Carly Nicole Hale, Meredith Ann Hayes, Brittany Kara Robertson Him, Julie Ann Hoolan, Alyssa Renee Hoover, Chastity Shatira Hurst, Kathleen Joy Janik, graduating with high distinction. Joshua Austin Jordan, Megan Brooke Lindstrom, graduating with distinction. Paige Matthews, Laura McAllister. Bethany Michelle Myers, graduating with distinction. Melanie Rubalcaba, graduating with distinction. My apologies, Melanie. Rachel Stafford, graduating with the highest distinction. Paul H. Weber. Rachel Meredith Womack. Molly Catherine Young.
Now presenting Human Environmental Science students majoring in Human Nutrition and Hospitality Innovation. Catherine Lee Adamson. Jerry Ball. Madeline Lee Barber. Dr. John Chadwick will present the diploma to Madeline. Cassidy Betty Black. Caitlin N. Branham, graduating with distinction. Tuesday Joy Brooks, graduating with distinction. Christopher M. Bybee. Alyssa Byers, graduating with high distinction. Jennifer Lee Atwood Clampett. Megan Cordry, graduating with distinction. Haley Christine Current, graduating with distinction. Sarah Dawson. Victoria Lynn Durnell, graduating with distinction. Katie Dohurst. Alexa Domeyer. Morgan Destiny Drain, graduating with highest distinction. Shayna Gabriela Fuentes. Savannah Gail Garza. Morgan Elizabeth Gill. Eliona Gorin, graduating with distinction. Catherine Elizabeth Grandel, graduating with distinction. Laura Elizabeth Green. Daniel Carter Hayes. Emma Rose Halavati, graduating with distinction. Alexandra Huddleston. Juliana M. Hudson. Mary Alice Ramey will present the diploma to Juliana. Autumn Hugan. Lydia Marie Jackson, graduating with high distinction. Ashley Marie King. Caroline Elise LaFrance. Andrea Ellen Larimer, graduating with high distinction. Kayla Ann Mays. Logan Wynn McKinney. Brenda Nicole Medina Grossberger. Leslie Morita, graduating with distinction. Allison M. Miller. Rebecca Ruth Meir, graduating with distinction. Caroline Mowry. Lamar Jonathan Mott, graduating with distinction. Austin Jerome Nager. Jillian Elizabeth Alwatt, graduating with distinction. Sarah Caitlin O'Toole. Kiera Oyera. Anna Carol Parker. Ellen Parker, graduating with distinction. Megan Pettit. Hannah Plumley, graduating with distinction. Heather Blanche Pauley. Amanda Catherine Restino. Brianna Colleen Roberts. Molly Alexis Roberts, graduating with distinction. Maggie Allison Schrader. Alan Reagan Simpson, graduating with distinction. Dalton M. Smith. Alexandra Schneidiger. Mackenzie Whitaker Spence. Kyle M. Stadler, graduating with high distinction. Samantha Nicole Sookman. Kayla Marie Summers. Alexandria Irene Thomas. Claire Elise Turner. Fong Vu. Victoria Lauren Wastner, graduating with high distinction. Molly Renee Williams, graduating with distinction. Michael Allen Wilson. Mary R. Wise, graduating with high distinction. Alyssa K. Wolford. Is this it? And Avery Lynn Zolgelman.
Well, thank you, Dr. Robertson, Dr. Rainey, Dr. Edgar, Dr. Pop, and Dr. Wardlow for your assistance in the awarding of the diplomas. I'd like to take a moment and thank some of the folks who have helped make today so special and made this year such a great year for the Bumpers College. May I ask that the heart and soul of the Bumpers College, the faculty, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your talent, your dedication, your caring. Thank you for going above and beyond for our students and providing them with a value-added education. with those special opportunities that will help enable their success in their pursuing of their professional aspirations. Thank you so much, faculty. You are wonderful. You do a great job. I'm privileged to have represented you. I'd also like to thank our graduating student ambassadors for their outstanding service to the Bumpers College. Our student ambassadors have been a wonderful asset to our college. They not only aid in the recruiting of new students and represent each major in the college as a sounding board to the administration. They are an inspirational font of ideas, great representatives of the student body, and a reality check for all of us that we know who we serve. It is through their input and their willingness to serve that we will be able to continually enhance this highest quality education that we provide for these and for future Bumpers College students. Will our graduating student ambassadors please stand as I call your name? Carly Baker, Erica Hawkins, Dylan Milholland, Sarah O'Toole, Easton Sherry. Thank you all. It's been a great year, and I thank you sincerely. I'd also like to recognize the Arkansas Winds and members of the Schola Cantorum. Where did they go? So there you are. Thank you so much for the wonderful music today. We have been privileged to have these talented groups entertain us today for this ceremony. Thank you again. Now, I am pleased to present Ms. Kerry Colleen Bowling as the 2016 recipient of the Bumpers College Alumni Society Board Young Alumnus Award. Ms. Bowling earned her bachelor's degree in agricultural business in 2007. She received a Juris Doctor degree in 2010 and a Master's of Law degree in agricultural and food law in 2014. She began her career as a litigation attorney for the international law firm Fegg Baker Daniels. Since 2012, she has served as a litigation and regulatory attorney for Tyson Foods Incorporated. Ms. Bowling, please come forward and welcome our graduates to the Alumni Association of Arkansas.
Thank you, Dean Beta, and thank you for giving me the honor of being the first to say, welcome to the alumni family, class of 2016. On behalf of the Arkansas Alumni Association, I congratulate you on joining the ranks of more than 143,000 living Arkansas alumni around the world. As your time as students come to a close, your time as alumni is just beginning, and you are forever a part of the University of Arkansas family. As I watched each of you cross the stage just now, I could not help but think how lucky we are to have you as our future. I guarantee we just saw a future CEO of a food or agribusiness company, future world-renowned scientists, policymakers, designers, innovators, nutritionists, researchers, engineers, maybe a lawyer, and even possibly a future Secretary of Agriculture walk across this stage. Alumni, the sky is the limit for you. Don't ever stop reaching for your dreams or for your goals. The Bumpers College graduates leaders. Leaders who not only improve the lives of Arkansans, but lives all across this nation and even the world through food, agriculture, the environment, and the human quality of life. You had a choice when you chose your path to education, and you chose something that sets you apart from everyone else. Bumpers alumni, trust me when I say you will be noticed. You are already leaders. Leaders that just by your studies during your undergraduate degree, your research and commitment thus far are already making the world a better place for families and for farmers across the world. And for that, you should be very proud. It really has not been that long ago since I sat where you are, ready and determined to start the next chapter of my life. What I did not know and what I did not realize was that learning never ends, especially learning about yourself. I have met lots of wonderful people, and I've had some amazing mentors so far throughout my career that I am truly grateful for, that have helped me learn a lot about myself and have helped me learn a lot from my own trials, errors, and even failures. The most important piece of advice I could ever give to you today is to seek out mentors early on in your careers. These mentors don't have to be in your same profession or job, but mentors that will provide you with the support that you need, and most importantly, give you honest feedback. I could stand up here all day and tell you all the wonderful things you're going to learn over the next 10 years, but I know I'm sitting in between you and dinner. So I'll give you this. There is a simple, short checklist that I have learned from some of my mentors, a checklist that I find myself referring to often as well. So here it is. Bumpers alumni, always remember to be, do, learn, care, and stay connected. Be it is about who you are. Be passionate. Be passionate about what you do in your careers. I truly believe that passion is a prerequisite to success. When we are passionate about something, we have more energy, we work much harder, we get more creative, we search more diligently for solutions when difficult problems arise, and we inspire others who work alongside of us. Be passionate. Be yourself. Be proud of your background and your history. I grew up working on my family's poultry and cattle farm in Gravette, Arkansas. At graduation, I never in a million years would have guessed that I would be using what I learned from growing up as often as I have in my career, even as an attorney. Don't be afraid to take those things that make you different and set you apart from everyone else and use them. Use them when you are trying to connect with others. Use those things that set you apart when you're searching for a job, and even shaping your career and finding your passion. Be yourself. Be confident. You have worked way too hard not to be confident. Your education and knowledge that you have gained from the Bumpers College has prepared you to take a seat with those who came before you. Yes, you have a lot to learn from those who came before you, but we have a lot to learn from you too. Your knowledge and your opinions are a very powerful thing. Do. It is about your actions. Do everything with your values and your integrity in mind, and hold true to your promises, because let me tell you, your brand is the most important thing, and it must be protected at all times. Think for a second. You have started building your brand for the past 4 years. When you leave here today, what do you want your brand to be? It takes only a quarter of a second for someone to make up their mind about you. So make sure that your actions are projecting the brand, the values, and the integrity that you want others to perceive. Don't be afraid of risk. There are going to be times throughout your career that you are going to be called upon to take on new responsibilities or even new career paths, which are often outside of your comfort zone and sometimes area of expertise. Don't overestimate risk and underestimate opportunity. There's a good quote that says, "Progress always involves risk. You can't steal second base if your foot is on first." I would be lying to you if I did not say I have often found myself being afraid of risk. But let me tell you, those risks that I have taken so far in my career have been the most rewarding career experiences that I've had so far. And similar to risk, don't be afraid of failure. Keep trying. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. And work hard in everything that you do. I recently saw a quote that said, "Everyone wants to work hard until they realize how much hard work it is." And that's true. Whether you're in a courtroom, boardroom, sales meeting, conference call, or a meeting on the farm, be the most hardworking and prepared person in that room. I promise it'll make a difference. But, alumni, don't forget there are things more important than your job. And two of those things are your health and your family. Learn. Never stop learning. Take every single opportunity you can to learn something new and to learn something about yourself. A very wise lady that I admire once said, "You need to be a subject matter expert in something. Learn and know everything you possibly can about your job, the person sitting next to you, the person above you, the person below you, and most importantly, the job that you want." Care. Always remember to care for others. You get everything done through people. Some of the most successful leaders that I know are people who take the time to listen, get to know, and care for others around them. Also, work for people who care about you. It truly makes a difference. I've been extremely fortunate to have worked and work for some amazing people. People who not only cared for others, but people who strive to set themselves as examples and be mentors themselves. And lastly, stay connected. Stay involved with this great community and family you joined today. And stay connected to the University of Arkansas wherever you are. There are 51 alumni chapters throughout the United States and 2 international programs. You will receive a discounted membership for the first 5 years after graduation to the Arkansas Alumni Association. And you receive some pretty awesome goodies as well when you sign up, including an exclusive "My Name is on Senior Walk" t-shirt. Finally, your name will soon be engraved on this campus. Cherish your name on Senior Walk and know you are part of a unique tradition on this campus. Bumpers, alum, I'm very proud of you. Congratulations on all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bowling. Another tradition on the University of Arkansas campus is to name the colleges after prominent Arkansans. About 20 years ago, the College of Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences was named after Dale Bumpers. If you will please, this past January, Dale Bumpers passed away. And if you can please join me in a moment of silence to recognize his service to this state, both as U.S. Senator and as Governor of Arkansas. Thank you. I'd like to thank General Bowden, Ms. Bowling, and all of you. These are the quality of our graduates. We're proud of the work that you've accomplished, the professional careers that you have embarked upon, and the professional careers that you will embark upon. Thank you for making a difference in this world. Graduates, I know you're going to be telling your success stories very, very shortly in the future, and I wish you the best always. May I now ask the graduates to stand. As candidates for the degrees in Bachelor of Science in Agricultural, Food, and Life Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Human Environmental Sciences, upon successful completion of all your degree requirements, we are pleased to confer upon you the degrees which you have earned on behalf of the Arkansas Board of Trustees. Graduates, you have now earned the right to move your tassel to the left, symbolizing your status as University of Arkansas alumni. Congratulations. Please remain standing. And stage party, may I ask you to please join me, as well as our faculty. Please stand. For yet one more tradition of the University of Arkansas that is so memorable and so wonderful. Pig suey. Pig suey. Pig suey. Razorbacks. Woo! Woo! You're supposed to do that too. Graduates, please remember that our faculty and staff enjoy visiting with you, hearing your stories, and learning about your endeavors. It keeps us young as well as informed. So please let us know how you're doing in the future. May I now ask all the parents and family members to stand and please be recognized. Congratulations to you, and know that it is through your love, caring, and dedication that these graduates have succeeded today. You are their first teachers. All that they have accomplished, they have because of you. Thank you sincerely. And all, may I ask you to please remain standing as members of the Schola Cantorum sing our alma mater. The words of our alma mater can be found on the inside cover of your program.
Over
Thank you. That was wonderful. Our ceremony will now conclude with the recession of the stage party. Please remain standing until the stage party has exited. Afterwards, parents and guests and friends, please join our graduates and the faculty in the lobby on the north side of this arena. We'll have pictures, conversations, reminiscence, and good wishes. Thank you so much for sharing this with us today. Safe travels home, and God bless.